Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Rustl'd for the 10th of April, 2018. Yeah, that's right. 2018. I am like, my brain is fried, right? I was working on my taxes. Something you're going to hear a lot of social media influencers and online personalities talk about over the course of the next week, because we've got a week left to pay the government their money, and the government doesn't like a late motherfucker when it comes to their checks. They want it now, and I'm writing off as much as I possibly can this year, because last year, ooh man, every time I tell people how much I paid in taxes last year, I hear the ooh situation. So I know how it is. What up, Burnout S3 or 3S3? Yeah, no fuck ups at the start. And I'm getting better. It's my third day into the week. I'm settling in after a break. So there's that. Diversity in Comics finishes Indiegogo. I did see that. Someone did tweet me that tonight, and I follow Diversity in Comics, so I did see that he's doing well, which is fantastic. Congratulations to him. I'm not going to tell you how much I owe or how much I paid. It was a lot. It was a lot. I paid out more money than I used to earn in a whole year. that's how bad last year was. Last year hurt so bad. This year not so bad. I didn't make as much money. That's the truth of it. The apocalypse cut me down about probably I want to say about probably 40% is what it cut me down. So it's going to be less. So yay me on that one. It's choppy. A choppy, but not, oh, see, I see it stream. Doing that shit again. It fluctuates it's going from 17 to 22 up to 40. Like, it's just like, Jesus Christ. I just need to, I'm going to uninstall and reinstall OBS and rebuild everything tomorrow. Because now it's up to 4,500. It's just fluctuating like a motherfucker. So yeah, taxes, you have to do it, or you have to face the law. Exactly. So yeah, I've been going through all my potential write-offs, of which there are many, because I went on a couple trips that were business related. VidCon, Vid Summit, Comic-Con. There's mileage on my vehicle for driving to, like, go see the movie or go to get a game to talk about, or games. That's actually probably the coolest one. Are all the games I play and I talk about are a write-off, so that's good. So I'm pretty happy. Have I checked out Jeremy's channel, Geeks and Gamers? I have. Yeah. I know who he is. I've watched a few of his videos about Star Wars and stuff. Wouldn't mind doing a collab. Actually, that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. I thinking about it more and more. It's possible that this show will be dropped from 5 nights a week to maybe like 1 or 2, and it won't be reading off the news. It will just be more of a general hangout or talking about what's going on, current events and shit like that. Mostly because I put a huge pressure on myself to make sure I've got the 4 stories. I haven't even done my Photoshop work yet for tonight, because I got the stuff with the baby. So it's really hard for me to kind of like do it. So tonight we're not going to do the 4 stories. I'm going to probably talk for about maybe an hour or so, and then I'll close out the stream, and I'm just going to record everything that way, and then just race through it. And now we can just talk. We can have a conversation. I think that might be actually a bit more on the fun side. Talk for a little bit. Maybe do a call-in sort of thing. There's that. Does Comic-Con count as a write-off? Yeah, I attend Comic-Con and talk about what happens there. It's a trade event. I'm a registered business as well as a member of the press. It's absolutely 100% a tax write-off. Yep. Although I don't ever pay anything in freaking, what is it? I don't pay for a ticket because I get to go for free because it's press, which is always good. And I never have to pay for lodging because I stay with family or friends. So that's good. So yeah, Comic-Con is like really not as much of a tax write-off as, let's say, VidCon. VidCon, holy shit. Not only was like the plane ticket fucking expensive, but like the $900 for the hotel room. Yeah. So let's see here. Fango asks, I'm wondering what your opinion on the crash of the What? Oh, the crash the Humboldt Broncos had. Okay, asking is you're originally from the Humboldt area and you have a cousin that was on that bus. Just curious. He's among the survivors and has a broken back, and I don't think he'll walk again. Fingo, I think I saw you in the Discord, right? I think I saw that, but like I was cruising through and I didn't have a chance to respond. Dude, that is absolutely utterly tragic. There's no other way to describe it. Like my mom was born in Canada. She's from Thunder Bay, Ontario, right? Like my grandmother, my one half of my whole family is from Canada. So I like to call myself the first generation Canadian American. I don't have much connection to the country. But that no matter how much, it doesn't matter where you're from, whether it's US, Canada, Uganda, Nigeria, that kind of accident, that type of loss of life is never to be treated with anything other than the utmost of sympathies. I know thoughts and prayers mean dick all, but that's sad, man. And I feel really bad. And that's horrible. I really hope he can walk again. I'm not a religious person, but I believe in the power of science and I believe in the power of positive thinking. And I think if he wills it in his own mind, I think he'll be able to succeed. It's not going to be some funny guy in the sky telling you that you're going to be okay. It's going to be pure will and determination. And here's the thing, hockey players in Canada, they have will and determination. All right. All you got to do is just be like, do you want to be a little bit of a bitch? Huh? You want to be a hoser? You want to be a hosehead? Are you a knob? Yeah. Get up, get walking, eh? Going down to Timmy's and get me give me a bunch of donut holes. My Canadian accent is horrible. I haven't been in a long time. So there's that. The 900 was for, I think 5 days. Was it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Yeah, it was 5 days. So it's not so bad and broken down. But like the air, it's just, I'm saying so what I tell people is if you do this as a job, if you do YouTube, like I can write off all of that stuff. If I ever buy a ticket into a convention and I talk about the convention or I do it for work, that's a tax write-off. If I drive anywhere, that's a tax write-off, and you actually get like 57 cents a mile you can write off, which is generally better than your average gas mileage. This is the whole reason why they say it is better to be a business. Now, one of the reasons why I paid out as much last year is I didn't write off as much as I could have. And that has a lot to do with just a couple things I was working on. So this year, I don't have that problem, but yeah. Taxes suck. Kylo, I'm still determining whether or not I will do the voice chat thing. I don't want to, here's the thing, Kylo, if I do voice chat thing, I don't want to sit there and I want to have a topic of conversation. I don't want there to be just what's on your mind because, and I will use you as a specific, but this is not me singling you out specifically, is that when you come in, oftentimes, we kind of go back and forth for a little bit and you don't always know what you want to talk about. And so it's kind of like, I want to keep the conversation flowing. I want to keep there being air and not have dead air. So that's kind of why I'm thinking like maybe it's best to have like a topic of conversation. I provide you with that. You then provide me with your feedback. We then have a conversation surrounding it. I feel that's probably the best course of action rather than just having a blind call in and that. So have I heard of libertarian socialism? I haven't actually. What's up, some captain? How are you, buddy? So Spyro is coming to the Xbox One. That is really? I did not hear about that one. I also don't care. I've never been into Spyro. I just never have been into Spyro, and that's just me. I wasn't a PlayStation kid growing up, right? I was a Nintendo kid, so like Spyro not being on the Nintendo, I didn't care. It was like out of my purview, right? Like you guys didn't have Diddy Kong Racing. Okay, so like I might feel a loss for not having Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, but y'all fuckers never had Diddy Kong Racing. Y'all fuckers never had Donkey Kong Country, and y'all fuckers never had Conker's Bad Fur Day, and y'all fuckers never had Banjo-Kazooie. I'm just gonna say this, y'all fuckers never had Rare. Boom. That's it. That's all it is. Did I see the Zuckerberg hearing? I did not. Sonic, Spyro is better than Sonic. Them's be fighting words, Porcelain. Them's be fighting words. Spyro better than Sonic. Actually, I didn't really have a Sega Genesis either, so I didn't play Sonic growing up. What do I think is better, Zelda or Mario? Zelda, because the story is fantastic. And the story is repetitive because it's the same story over and over and over again. But then again, Mario is very similar, but I do love Mario. I don't think you can have I don't think that we would have modern gaming without Mario. So as an 80s kid who grew up with an NES, you know, and an Atari, and even slummed it by playing my friend's TurboGrafx 16. Yeah. Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to stop here. Free market. What? What? Call of Duty is better than Halo. Get the fuck out. Mr. Jarbo, are you aware you're reading this in your own voice? A group of individuals listening to this in your own voice? Yes. Yes, I am. What? Let's see. Anarcho-communism is anarcho-capitalism without property rights, self-ownership, money, contract, families, companies, law enforcement, courts, pretty much anything. Anarcho-communism is pretty much death. Okay, cool, man. That's fine. I did not, seriously though, Call of Duty better than Halo? In what fucking world? In what fucking world is Call of Duty better than Halo? Now, if you're going to sit there and argue that like Call of Duty, like some of the newer games are better than like some of the newer Halo games, yeah, that I ain't gonna fucking deny you on. All right, but no. Let's roll back. Let's fucking just roll back 2007. Okay, we're gonna go back 11 years almost. All right, a little over 10 years. Okay, 2007, fall 2007. I don't know why I'm saying 2007, but it's 2007, September 2007. Motherfucking Halo 3 drops. November 2007. Motherfucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare drops. Now, don't get me wrong, both games fan-fucking-tastic. But which of those two experiences is a better first-person shooter, better mechanics, better gameplay, better overall experience? And that words out of your mouth better be Halo motherfucking 3, followed closely by Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, it's a great fucking game. I love Modern Warfare, but Halo 3, man, that's your bar. That's your bar. You can't sit there and come in and go like, Call of Duty is better than Halo 3. Fuck you. All I got to say to that is simply this. Call of Duty ain't got that shit. Ain't got that shit at all. Fuck you, Halo 2. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. You can't sit there and say that fucking Call of Duty is better than Halo. If you go back to 2007 and you compare them together and shit. But I'm just saying Halo 3 is a better game, mechanically, functionally, everything else. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare is one that I spent a lot of time with too. And I really, really love it. And I've never thought anything bad about Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. Past that, though, that's a whole different fucking story. Because Call of Duty 3 was garbage. Call of Duty, what was it? Fucking Black Ops was all right. What was the other one? Oh, World at War was shit. Call of Duty World at War was shit. All right, it's gotten better as time's gone on again, but nah, dude, fucking World War One was, or World War, oh, yes, that was so bad. That was just, World at War was just bad. So GoldenEye is better than Call of Duty, than all of Call of Duty but 4. Modern Warfare was the bomb. Fortnite is better than PUBG. I spend a lot of time playing PUBG, so I love me some PUBG, but Fortnite is really kind of gaining my attention. I want to jump into that a bit more. World at War had zombie Nazis. I fucking hate Call of Duty zombies. I can't stand it. It's just they're bullet sponges is all they are. They're just goddamn bullet sponges. That's it. Like, I'm gonna go up against some zombies. Oh, what's this? Oh, we're gonna like shoot him in the head at close range. Oh, what does that do? Nothing. It doesn't even slow him down. It doesn't even kill him. You gotta pump out like almost an entire magazine into someone's head for it to kill a zombie. Fuck that shit. Okay, I'm a Romero zombie fan, motherfucker. One hit to the head, they go down. That's it, man. That's it. They dead. They done. You take out that central computer at the brain, motherfucker. That goes out. Game night with the Discord? Yeah, I should do game night with the Discord. So, anyway, Oddworld was better than Rayman. Thank you. They need to remake Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. They need to. I have it on the PS Vita. I do. I bought it on the PS Vita when they ported it. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is fantastic. Netflix or Hulu? Come on, man. It's not even fucking. That's not even. It's Netflix clearly. I watch. I don't even know why I have Hulu anymore. I mean, I could just anything that's on Hulu, I can just freaking torrent. So there's that. If there's a game night, what games? It'd be multiplayer. I could do PC, Xbox, or PS4, so I'd have to kind of like gauge it around and shit. So, that could be Stardew Valley's the shit. Yeah, Stardew Valley I hear is pretty good. Then again, I was a Harvest Moon junkie back in the day, so it's kind of like they're like, oh, it's like Harvest Moon, but like on crack, and I'm all like, no. I can't do that. I can't do that to myself. My brother's all like, why don't you get it on the Nintendo Switch? Get it on your Switch. And I'm just like, no. Not going to do it. And we're dropping out again. God damn it. Switch or PS4. Here's the thing. I could do Switch. I could go get Splatoon 2. I need to get, I've got ARMS. We could do Splatoon 2 or something and do that one night. That'd be fine. I'd be okay with that one. Breaking news, Mark Hamill doesn't care anymore about returning to the Star Wars fan series. Is that actually true, or are you just fucking trolling me right now, Timon? So yeah, by the way, speaking of that, so here's the thing is I've got to make the transition over the $3 theater. I do. So I could continue doing shit like this, but talk more about movies at the same time slot, which is fine with me. And then just post the content over there, or something. But I've been talking about this for a year about making the migration over full time to $3 theater, and I need to, and I'm at that point. So what I'm thinking is I could do this as like a more of a hangout sort of thing, which is fine. But not 5 nights a week, maybe like a couple nights a week sort of thing. That way it would maybe give me a bit more time, just because it's difficult managing both. And it's just becoming a bit more than I can handle. Nintendo is, oh Jesus. If you were a robot, what was the best way to act for human? That would clearly be, oh, fuck, what was the question again? If I was a robot, I'd be Mark Zuckerberg. State of Decay 2 or Vampire? Dude, State of Decay 2, man. Fortnite, we could do Fortnite fan night. Question is, Fortnite, what system? And I don't know, wow, fucking OBS, man. Kyler, I'm interested. I've been doing movie stuff now for a year. The channel's actually doing pretty well. I got 20,000 subs over there, and I mean, it's 1/8 what I have here, but the viewership's pretty constant. Actually, it does pretty well. So, and I've been wanting to migrate that over too. I saw Uwe Bull today saying he's looking for people to interview him, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'll reach out, talk to you right fucking now, man. If I can sit there and talk to him about the making of Postal, or even talking about Dungeon Siege that turned in the Name of the King, because that was one I have questions. I have so many fucking questions about that. So Nintendo program sucks. I mean, I could stream on here, but I couldn't like upload it to YouTube. It'd be kind of a one and done thing. If I don't think I'll be streaming games. The reason why I don't want to stream games as often has a lot to do with the fact that, I like to enjoy playing the game just by myself. Like to me, that's a lot of fun. When I do the games and like there's an audience there, like I don't feel like I'm getting as much of the experience, as weird as that sounds. So, but this is a lot more fun for me, just the kind of the random back and forth and shit. Dungeon Siege is nothing but questions. Yeah. You think Sophia was less robotic than Zuckerberg? Ooh, yeah. Zuck was cringy at the Senate. Yeah, here's what I'm really surprised at. I'm honest to God surprised that that none of the nightly programs covered it that I saw. Rachel Maddow didn't cover it. Lawrence O'Donnell didn't cover it. Seth Meyer didn't cover it. The who else didn't cover it? Like, I haven't watched Colbert yet. I'm sure Colbert will cover it. Everyone's talking about the whole Michael Cohen thing. They're just like, so Stormy Daniels. And I'm like, I'm so over Stormy Daniels at this goddamn point. I'm so just ridiculously over that. In terms of politics, like, I like politics, but god damn, son, that shit's crazy. So there's a segment on Tucker Carlson on, Tucker talked about it. Shit. I'll have to give Tucker a watch then. Good old Tucker. So, KSI is fighting Logan Paul in August. Cool, man. That's going to be a big event. That's going to be a pretty big event. People are going to really, that's going to bring in some serious views. That's going to bring in millions. We're talking 2 to 4 million people, I think. Can't cuck the tuck. Oh, you can. You can. And now the media is pushing for a war against Syria. Well, Trump hates the media, so whatever the media wants, he won't do. So there's that. So I wouldn't be too surprised if you can Cucker Tarleson. Yeah, exactly. How can some YouTubers accept a Nintendo program, split the money in 3? Crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's insane. I think what it is they get around it by just streaming it, and they stream the games, and then they make the money off the stream, and then they just don't post the stream. That's the whole thing. Fallout 4 or Skyrim? Skyrim. Who doesn't love Skyrim? I mean, Todd Howard has resold it to us now multiple times, right? Of course we love Skyrim. World War III and World War IV is coming soon. Are they just going to be combined? Is it going to be like the opening to a boy and his dog? World War IV lasted 4 days. How do you act human? You have something called Senate hearing. You really need to be human. New Vegas greater than Skyrim. New Vegas is greater than a lot of things. Do you go into the Discord voice chat and eat a cupcake, or do you eat the cupcake and then go into the Discord? I don't know, man. I don't know. I would argue that there are people on there who might want to hear you eat the cupcake. So that could be, I don't know. I don't know what they're into. Expect the media to say the Russians win if Trump doesn't attack on Assad. Probably. That one I actually would agree with. I think that's something we would see. It's just I think they'd want to do that, to be honest with you. I think they'd want to make that claim. Now the question is, though, is Fox pushing for an attack on Syria? So what is objectivism? Something you don't find a lot of. So there's that. Something you do not find a great deal of these days is objectivism. However sad that might be, that is just the way it is right now. Objectivism is just it's a word. It'd be a nice word. It'd be a good word if we were able to actually, get in on this shit. But here we are. You saw a segment where Tucker asked what would be gained by going into Syria. They might be against it. I mean, the thing is, Fox is always going to ask what's the gain, but wars have a huge trickle down effect. They do. Like the defense contractors, they get their contracts, they get their coffers filled, right? They get their coffers filled. Troops get overseas pay, which by the way is tax exempt, which is good. By the way, I'm fine with that. They get massive re-signing bonuses if they're re-signing while overseas during conflict. That again is all tax free. A friend of mine re-enlisted for 6 years a couple of years ago for $100,000 re-enlistment bonus while he was in Iraq. That was a tax free $100,000 he got. I was all like, damn, dude, can I interest you in investing into one of my movies? Wink. Since Putin annexed Crimea, is he rebuilding the USSR? Didn't he annex Crimea like in 2014? And he made the moves on the Ukraine in like 2014. It's been very, he hasn't done much in that region since then. So as far as I know, I haven't been up to it on the day to day, but I don't know. I don't think he's rebuilding the USSR. So, you really did? Is it from an actual source, or is it like, who's the source by? Let's see. Okay, I'll check that out later on. I'll check out the link for that later on. You find it funny when someone calls Fox News fake while watching garbage like MSNBC and CNN. Yeah, but they're less fake than Fox. I think that's been pretty proven. I mean, study after study after study has shown that the average Fox viewer is less informed than anyone else. I mean, it's really like MSNBC, CNN, Fox. Although I will say this, though. It's like, as far as Fox goes, I like Shep Smith. I think Shep is objective. I think he is, for a conservative, he's basically like the liberal. He's the gay one. But I like his reporting quite a bit. I like Shep a lot. Can't stand fucking Sean Hannity. Like, just not at all. You know, he gets all buttered over Melania Trump. Jimmy Kimmel, you are a despicable disgrace, sir. You're just a despicable disgrace. Like, you're going to virtue signal over the freaking first lady when the last first lady you were, like, really going after all the time? Come on, dude. So, yeah, I would say that it's definitely an unnecessary war. Have I seen, yeah. I saw that video of Trevor Noah talking about the South African woman, dropping the K-bombs to black policemen. She got like, what, 5 years or 10 years or something for that? It's just like, you gotta watch out. Hannity's whole spiel is he's an attack dog for Trump. I completely agree. I completely agree. It's, she got 3 years. Okay. Yeah, Corporal. The thing is, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Zeus. If you look at what I do, if you watch what I do and you watch other people that comment on the news online, we all pull our sources from the establishment media. We just give our unfiltered opinion of those particular stories, but they're all sourced from the same establishment media. Okay? We don't have the resources to conduct independent investigation and independent journalism ourselves, predominantly, right, in these topics. So we pull from the same things. So it's one of those issues, in my personal opinion, that it's just like, you know, you sit there and you say you hate the mainstream news, but everyone who's independent journalist or independent commentator pulls from those sources. You know, Styx Hexenhammer and I pull from the same sources. Sargon and I pull from the same sources. Razorfist, TJ Kirk, Teal Deer, you know, they all pull from the same sources. And so it's like, but different radical viewpoints on the perception of the data. That's what it boils down to. It's just the perception of the data. And so it's, you know, and even MSNBC is very similar in that one as well. So is Fox, so is CNN. I mean, I can't stand CNN half the fucking time. So there's definitely that. The K-bomb is worse than the N-word because it's a bomb, not a word. Shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus Christ. What am I looking for this year and next year and movies? Or what movies? I saw the trailer last night for The Meg. That was awesome. Like, I can't wait to go see that in August. It looks so much fun. Jason Statham versus a megalodon. And I'm like, I'm sold. That's all you have to tell me about this movie is Jason Statham versus a megalodon. I'm in. Nick Fuentes is a monster. Look, I don't know much about Nick Fuentes. I don't. I haven't watched his videos. I've seen him on a couple live streams. The only thing I dislike about Nick Fuentes that I can say that I can, you know, is very petty, but I'll admit this. His smile creeps me out. His smile looks like the kind of guy you see, like, smile like that in a movie right before he, like, kidnaps and kills children. His smile reminds me of what Pennywise would look like if he was normal. His smile reminds me of something you would see in a horrific dentist, office or something like that. He's got a creepy smile. I don't know if that constitutes him being a monster, but his smile creeps me out because it looks fake to me. It looks fake and forced and like very kind of doll-like. I don't know if that's part of his, I don't know if that's him personally. It could just be him personally, in which case, all right. It's just his smile creeps me out. So I don't even know what the K-bomb is. I don't even know what that word is. Is it? It's not. I know it's not Kappa, but like, is it? No, it's not. I now want to look this shit up. I want to look this shit up. All right. Okay. Let's see. What K word? Oh, okay. Okay, looking on the Wikipedia. Okay, so the K word, it's a pre-colonial, it's evolved from the pre-colonial period as the equivalent of Negro in South Africa. The term is later used as an exonym for the Bantu peoples. The designation came to be considered a pejorative by the 20th century. In South Africa, the word was loosely based to refer to native South Africans. It was adopted as a derogatory term after 1948 when the apartheid system was established. In 2000, the South African Parliament also enacted the Promotion of the Prevention of the Unfair Discrimination Act, which has among its primary objectives the prevention of hate speech terms such as that. When describing the term, the euphemism, the K word, is now used instead of. Is it kafir or kafir? I think it's kafir. I mean, I don't live in that country, so that word means nothing to me, but obviously it's a big deal over there. So, it's a South African N-word, yeah. That's what I get, yeah. So, your dad's getting all hyped for Solo, and you're thinking, should you explain the Alden Ehrenreich thing? Nah, leave it be, dude. Leave it be. Look, if your dad is blissfully ignorant to Solo, then let him go in blissfully ignorant. I have my concerns with the film, but I still want to see the film. So there's definitely that. Before the South African police come knocking. Yeah, they come knocking on my door. Knock, knock, knock. Excuse me. Mr. Jarbo, we are here to take you in. Please board our private plane to take you back to South Africa because you said the K word like twice on the stream. I'm like, I'm just trying to understand it. Is cracker recognized as hate speech? No, it is not. And here's the thing, dude. It never will. It just never will. What's up, Doom Rider? How are you, buddy? So, all right. We got about 25 minutes left or so because I'm going to keep these things kind of short. So, keep the questions coming. We'll have a good conversation. And then I'll go and I'll do my videos. I think that's going to probably be better because I think I want to start doing like movie streams as well. But doing like a 2.5 hour stream here just gets to be like, it just runs me down. Honky is though. It's okay to say a racial slur for white people, but not okay to say a racial slur for black people. Yes. That is the logic behind it. I mean, right? That's the logic behind it. That's the logic that is being used. Your interpretation of that is your interpretation of that. But that, yeah, you talk to people who say, like, you ask them, is honky or cracker a racist word? And they'll be like, well, probably not. And then you go, well, then if that's not a racist word, then how come the N-word's a racist word? Both are depicting a specific race in a negative light. Both are pejorative. Well, one doesn't hold the same weight as the other, which is absolutely 100% true. However, because there's always that but, I believe if you are a person pushing for equality and you use those terms in the negative pejorative fashion, yeah, there's that. World War III, maybe you'll be in the continent. Venezuela is still giving Syria a run for their money. Venezuela is getting into cryptocurrency, which I think is gonna save their economy. For your understanding that the word is more like the word coffer, I think so. Yeah. If it's proven that Facebook leaked your personal information, would I delete my Facebook account? Probably. You love honky because it hints back at how people used to laugh at doubt the automobile as a replacement to the horse. Is that true, or are you just making that up? Either way, it's pretty funny. Power, is that power equal privilege, or power doesn't equal? Doesn't equal privilege. There are two types of equality. You can't make fun of anyone, and I'm going to make fun of everyone. Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, you have the right to make fun of anyone, of everyone. But the person you're making fun of, or people don't always have to find it funny, though. That's kind of the thing. So it's kind of like right now, like I'm being accused, heavily being accused of false flagging a whole bunch of content, like a bunch of videos made against me. And like, I'm sitting there like, what? Like, I didn't do this, you know? And they go, oh no, it was totally Matt. Matt totally flagged the video. And I'm like, I didn't do shit, dude. but I have no way of proving I didn't do it. But like, I didn't do it. You know, I don't care enough to like go and flag it. You know, if you were showing like photos of my daughter and whatever, then like maybe because she's, you know, 4 months old and whatever else, or you're saying like that kind of crap. I mean, that's like maybe that could fall under free speech. I don't know. It depends on how they're contexting it. If they have like my personal docs information, I think that kind of violates it. But at the same time, it's, I don't know. I'd be very upset. How about that? So all words are made up. Yeah. As a black girl, you don't understand why people get so pissy over the N word. It's just a fucking word. Why the hell do some people give it so much power? Because the power is what allows it to stay relevant. The power is what allows it to still have that control, and the power allows it to be used to kind of wield I guess you could say a social conscience against somebody. Like the word is something that like you go to like, you know, like people are mad at Ninja for like rapping and like dropping it super quick in a song, and he says that he screwed up, but it's like you listen to a lot of rap and hip hop, and that could be an easy replacement for that. Now people who say like the N word in terms of hard R versus A ending, I mean like oftentimes, you know, the A ending is more of like a colloquial term. It's a greeting in some cases. It's not used as a pejorative, in many cases. In fact, like even, you know, I'd say probably the vast majority of the time the A ending is used, it's never done in a negative light, or I would say done in a hostile, racist light. Whereas the hard R ending probably does, because it's hard to sit there and think of a way to tie. That's the thing. You know what word really cracks me up? Like, honestly, the word niggle, right? It's a word. It's a word. I first read it a couple years ago, and I'm all like, what does this word mean? Like, oh my God, I've never heard that before. Is it racist? No, it just means to like disturb or annoy or perturbed. It's just another word for that. And it's like, oh, okay. I just, you know, I could just imagine like, like I've never used it. I think that's like the first time. I think that's the first time I've ever used it in a sentence. Right? It's like it's just one of those words. Like it just sounds dirty, but it's not. So you don't care what the words are used. If you assault someone over words that you don't like, you are immediately in the wrong. I agree. I do agree. It means stingy. Can we just use the word nibba? Well, there's also that, or nucka. Nucka is another one frequently used by white people that are trying to get away, trying to find an N-word hack, so to speak. People who annoy you. Ooh, I'm going to answer it. No, I'm sorry. The answer was naggers. Naggers. Yeah. Some captain says the state is the deplorable relic of feudalism and slave society. The sooner it's abolished, the sooner we will achieve advanced Star Trek. Let me just finish up what you said there. What the fuck? Advanced Star Trek. All right. Let's see. Well, the sooner we will achieve an advanced Star Trek-like interstellar civilization. That would be pretty cool. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with that shit. Jigga, just like Jay-Z back in 99. Man, that was like back when I liked Jay-Z. I can't stand him anymore. I can't. Some guy on YouTube messaged you a long time ago saying, get off, our Star Trek is arguably fascist. Possibly, I guess, depending on who you talk to. Play Far Cry? Maybe. I might do the multiplayer stuff. The single player is a lot of fun, though. My only real complaint, though, is I feel like there's like okay, playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, if I take out like an enemy bandit camp, they're gone, right? Like they're done. And sometimes they might respawn later on. But like in Far Cry, it's like I take out a bandit, like bandits on the side of the road, and then they keep like coming back. But there's a cool feature in Far Cry 5 where you can reset all the outposts once you complete the core storyline, and then that's cool. Gives you something to do to go back in. I might play it on Fortnite. I could probably do. I've got Fortnite. The best racist character on TV is a toss up between Uncle Ruckus and Clinton Bigsby. Ah, dude. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to. As much as I love Uncle Ruckus, I'm gonna have to give it to Clinton Bigsby, just because Chappelle knocked it out of the park, just right off the bat, just the very first episode, right? I mean, like, who can't quote that episode? Who can't quote that segment? You know what I mean? Like, it's just nah. It's good. Ruckus was the shit. I love Ruckus. Yeah. Jay-Z is probably still better than the rapper Bob, who is a flat earther. I agree. I do agree. You saw a guy in a Federation uniform at the store today. Just the top half. He was a yellow shirt. Couldn't tell if he had ranks. You should have asked him. Should have asked him that one. You're gonna get Kingdom Come on Thursday. Nice, man. Nice. Kingdom Come. Pretty good game. Do you need to sleep or stay up, fix your sleep schedule? Well, I'm gonna be closing out the stream in like 20 minutes, dude. So go to sleep. Yeah. As much as I love Uncle Ruckus, Chappelle is Chappelle, man. It's just Chappelle. Which film is more racist, Song of the South or Birth of a Nation? Song of the South actually is more racist in my opinion. D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, while it's talking about like the rise of the KKK, I would argue from just like I've never personally viewed it as being like I mean maybe in context this is extremely racist, but I've looked at it more from like the perspective of this is kind of like a movie that defined how movies are made, and so to that regard, the technical merit of the film still holds up. It's like Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane, I just think is a boring movie. I just don't like the movie. Now, granted, I saw it for the first time when I was in my teens. I could like it a lot more now. I have no idea, but the filmmaking techniques that Orson Welles used, that he developed, that he crafted in order to make that particular film, is one of the reasons why it's like the greatest. It's heralded as the greatest film ever made. So there are movies out there that like can do it. Song of the South is just straight up racist. So you're waiting for a sale for Kingdom Come, dude. Heroics. I spent the full price for the game, and it took me 2 months to beat it. I just beat it the other day, so it's worth the $60. Have I played Assassin's Creed Origins? I have. I love it. What would the founding fathers think of our nation today? I don't think they'd be happy. Oh, technically, Song of the South featured the first lead black man in an American feature film. If that's true, then that's definitely progressive. And I know Disney wasn't intending to be racist, but it's like, it's up there, So I should read Randall Kennedy's book about the N-word I haven't ever done so. I haven't. You read a lot of it after the PewDiePie incident. That's good. At least Song of the South didn't have people in blackface. That's true. Yeah, Far Cry 5 is pretty damn solid. I do really like it quite a bit. It's yeah, I'm trying to calm down on buying video games. Like everyone's like, oh my god, Far Cry or God of War, and I'm all like, I can wait on that one. State of Decay 2 though, that's good. I'll get through Far Cry 5 before State of Decay. Washington and Jefferson would turn in their graves if they knew how fascio-communist the country had become. But they'd also, I think, appreciate some of the technological advances, and but the thing is that Washington and Jefferson both owned slaves. So in their mind, if they woke up and they were like, yeah, 100 years after you guys did this thing, we kind of like ended slavery, they might be like, are you stupid? So I don't know if I'd say 100%. They'd be super upset. They'd be upset about some things, but some things that might be going like, that's a little bit old timey and whatnot. Now you have the words to use if you ever play a game of Scrabble. Might get your ass kicked, but you at least have a triple word score across the board, pretty much. You think everyone's a little bit racist and gay? I think everyone's a little bit racist. I think we all have our own biases, which play into how we perceive and interpret data. Plus, there's also the song from Avenue Q, "Everyone's a Little Bit Racist," which is more accurate. The founding fathers would be disappointed at how much our nation has become an oligarchical plutocracy. I think in some respects, yes, but I think also in some respects they'd see the natural evolution of things. I think they would argue that the Constitution is a living, breathing document more so than a hard-lined, never expanded upon thing. I do believe that they would understand that as times change, things need to change. I think that's why they chose to go do what they did, is because things needed to change, right? And they knew that the hard-lined approach would never fully work indefinitely. You would eventually have to you know, ebb and flow, essentially. So I think that's where they'd be at. Personally, that's my take on it. Do I think they'd approve of Trump? I probably not. But then again, you know, who knows for whatever reason why? Maybe he didn't have wooden teeth. Maybe the wig on the rug on his head could be fixed with a powdered wig. I got no idea. So, okay, fine. So Jefferson. Well, okay, fine. I was making a crack about slavery, but fine. Ruined my joke, Claude Sanchark. Ruined my joke. Daddy Trump, rather, you forgot the meme. Okay, you're disappointed at how much our nation has become an oligarchy. God damn it. I know what you're trying to say. But we're not as bad as Russia. But yes, I understand. The thing is, I understand what you mean. We, you know, yeah, nepotism, cronyism, all of that bullshit needs to stop. So... it's some crazy shit, man. It's all some crazy shit. But I think we're good. Anyone over 70 needs to get out of the what? Needs to get out of the shit. Yeah, I think there should be term limits on representatives in Congress. I would argue that Congress should get, you know, maybe a max of 4 terms, which is what, or Senate should get like 4 terms, which is 8 years, I think. I think that's enough time to do what they need to do there. And I think that when it comes to representatives, I know they need longer time because they're the ones that craft the laws. You know, maybe give them 3 terms. So they would have 18 years or maybe 2 terms, you know, 12 years. But we need to have it cycle through. We don't need, you know, Nancy Pelosi in her late 70s or early 80s, whatever she is, having been in there that long. At this point, she's just holding on to power. She's not doing anything with it. We're the shithole of first world nations. We have a lot of people here. We have more people here than any other first world nation. So... trying to accommodate everybody. It's like, you know, everyone's like, we could just be like Canada. The entire population of Canada, right? All 7 provinces and 3 territories fits in California. And it still has fewer people than are in California, both documented and undocumented. So it's different. There's fewer people in Canada. So that's what they're able to do things a little bit differently. Here, we got a lot of fucking people. We need new people and ideas, not people raking in dough. Exactly. Yeah, that's why Darrell Issa, the representative out of California that's quitting, he was like one of the richest of all representatives. You know, so yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. At least Canada has better healthcare. That is true. That is true. But they also, again, they have fewer people. They can maybe afford it. I don't know if we could do that here. It'd be nice, but I don't know if we could do it. We should stop getting involved in wars that are localized and only get involved as a last resort. The whole world is at stake. I agree, but you gas 100 people, man. That does deserve a response. You know, I'm sorry. Or 150 people and shit. Assad is an animal. I absolutely agree. No, as far as I know, Congress doesn't have term limits. I could be wrong. Let me double check that. There are no term limits in the Constitution. Under the Constitution, members of the United States Senate may serve an unlimited number of 6-year terms. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, and the House of Representatives may serve an unlimited number of 2-year terms. Okay. So Senate 6 years. I didn't know that. I got them. So I got them backwards. The House is every 2 years, I guess. We need to do term limits. I think that's a pretty thing. That's the thing. Something if you go back and you look at Trump in the 100-day speech, right? His 100-day speech from like November after he was elected, from 2016. He talked about term limits, and then that term has not left his mouth. So it's not just the amount of people, but also the space. Texas alone is larger than most European countries. Yeah, I agree. And then Alaska's bigger than Texas. So, meanwhile, Dankula gassed nobody and is being sent to prison. We don't know if he's being sent to prison, but he finds out in less than 2 weeks. Over 300 million people and over 300 million guns. Everyone who can shoot a gun needs a gun. Well, yeah, but those 300, those millions of guns are owned by like a small percentage of all gun owners in the United States. I'm not saying people should go into medical bankruptcy. I'm not. I'm not. Medicare, like medical aid, healthcare needs to be cheaper. Absolutely. If it was free, fuck yeah. But it's like it needs to be cheaper. Absolutely. I just don't know how we're going to pay for it. You still can't believe the pug runs free. I know the pug is getting off light here. Buddha is getting off light. Like just super light. Buddha. Always the Buddha. So I wish we would, I wish there was a way. Let's see. I need a gun. What about a 20 gauge shotgun and a pistol? I mean, sure. I like shotguns. I like pistols. I can fire them off on my property here. It's legal. Taxes will help this. Yeah, okay, but hold on here. While you're correct, and taxes would cover that. What are you going to, I mean, the thing is the Republicans don't want to increase taxes on people to cover Medicare, right? And a lot of times the argument that they give is it boils down to like, why do I have to pay for you to get healthcare? You know, and that's a big argument. But it's like, oh, they would also get healthcare. You know, they never really consider that. But how would we, you know, like where would you raise the taxes? Who would you raise the taxes on? That's, you know, definitely a thing there. So we need to deregulate healthcare and invest in, what was that? Like high quality auto docs. What did you say? We need to completely deregulate healthcare and to develop cheap, high quality auto docs. Sure. Okay. I'm okay with that. Do I think the prosecution and conviction of Count Dankula ultimately helped him by raising his popularity? Yeah, no one would know who he was without that. People could argue the same thing about me. Well, you know, they do. They try to all the time. What about Gamergate? Like, no one would know who you are without Gamergate. And like, people would know who I am without Gamergate. Maybe not as many people, but I wasn't like no two-bit chump and shit. I had 17,000 followers on subscribers on YouTube at the time. I was doing fine. But no, it does help. It definitely does help. Those kind of events help. You know, there's a big thing there. So, okay, you don't think the USA could afford free healthcare? There are just too many people and taxes have to be raised too high to cover everyone. Even if things were shifted, it would still be too much. The USA has too many people, legal and otherwise, for it to realistically work. It may work in other countries, but those other countries who have populations less than 10% of the United States, that's true. That is very true. You know, here's a question though. Could we create like a gigantic slush fund for it or something? You know, like tax people a couple extra dollars per month for like a whole year or 2 years or something, and then have that go into like a pot, you know, like a pool. And then after that, like continuously keep charging that, but have like a 2-year gap in order to like have the, I don't know, that may not work. That's a dumb idea. Let's see here. You think that the Syrian strike is a false flag because Assad is going to retake the area that was gassed, so something seems fishy. It could be Islamic extremists trying to make Assad look responsible to incite response from the West. That's possible. But do they have access to sarin gas? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm legitimately asking. I don't know. Make Planned Parenthood receive no government funding and give that for health insurance. But that is part of health insurance, though. That there's Planned Parenthood is not bad. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I'm like, you know, call me a progressive feminist on this one, but Planned Parenthood actually benefits a lot of people. The attack against it a couple years ago was very, 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 very bullshit. But you know, it's I'm sorry. I think Planned Parenthood is fine. You know, they get a lot of donations as it is. Why not get rid of you know, find a way to legalize marijuana, or you know, legalize marijuana at a federal level, tax it at a federal level. You know, why not legalize prostitution and regulate and tax that? Right, the inherent vices people are going to pay for one way or the other. Do it in an upfront way. So, why does CPC receive no government funding but Planned Parenthood? Well, are you talking the care? Did you watch last week with John Oliver? Is that what you're talking about? You think there's too many people just the way things are currently? There are a lot of things that need to change. The U.S. has to be middle ground. There has to be a middle ground. Well, birth rates are in fact declining. We have an economy that's doing okay. This tariff trade war thing is going to fuck us up. But what we need to do is Trump wants to expand our military. Pull back on the military. Like, we need to. I understand why we have military bases in other countries. I get that, but ultimately, that costs a lot of money. It's a lot of maintenance, a lot of upkeep, a lot of personnel spendings, those kind of things, and it takes away a lot from the homeland. We need to stop giving. You know, we need to stop giving $3 billion a year to freaking Jerusalem. You know, or to Israel. We need to stop giving them that. Like, I know they're our ally, but it's like, no one ever complains about $3 billion a year going to them. Like, if you want to pull back, find out where it's not necessarily needed. It's if Israel can cover its own shit, they don't need $3 billion a year from us, right? That's all I'm saying. It's like, find out where you can cut the fat, and that could be some programs that definitely get funded, that continue to get funded, that never really see anything good come out of it. But we also need to, I think, push harder. Cut military spending, exactly. Right? Why is it we had a $1 billion a year contract with Blackwater during Iraq War? We were paying $1 billion of taxpayer money to a private military corporation that were protecting our officials over our servicemen and women that are trained to do that. So, you think that Assad's a bad dude, but Islamic extremists running the country would be even worse? Classic lesser of two evils. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't really have an answer. The libertarian economist Peter Schiff suggests keeping socialized healthcare for people that already have it and really need it, but having free market healthcare for the new generations. It could possibly work, but you're going to get a lot of why not me responses. So Planned Parenthood helps in research in breast cancer too. Yeah, and they detect it. Planned Parenthood does a lot, and people just look at it as like the abortion clinic. You know, come on in and you know, sit on down and let's hook up a vacuum to your cooter and just whisk the little feller out. I think that's kind of what it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here in like about 5 minutes. So get those final questions in. If you guys do want to kick down some final bits or some Streamlabs, that'd be great. Let's see. Thoughts on the current state of the liberalist movement? To be fair, Lieutenant Dan, I don't fully know what's going on. I did talk to Sargon about it, a little bit about it the other day. They're working on their own stuff right now. I'll have more conversations with him in a couple months at VidCon, and we'll be able to go over it more. I think that the liberalists are, for one, laughing at Andy buying the trademark. I heard that he backed off it, but I have no idea if that happened or not. And they're still doing their thing. I think that I have a feeling, if I had to argue, I think if they had the right funding, they would find themselves in a position where they'd be more effective than, let's say, Cenk Uygur's Justice Democrats. Free healthcare doesn't exist. Well, nothing free ever truly does, right? There's no such thing as a free lunch, so to speak. So Planned Parenthood does a lot of STD treatment for males as well. That's cool, man. We also need money for domestic things like road infrastructure too. I completely agree. Our infrastructure is shit. I'd rather pull back on the military and make America great again in terms of rebuilding it. And, we don't need $1.6 billion to expand our military. We don't, I mean, we had so much surplus so much surplus from military grade weaponry or military items that the DoD will give them away to any police station who simply writes them for it. Why do you think the people in Ferguson, Missouri had all of that gear when the whole riots broke out? Because they had written the DoD and got all this stuff for free because we had such a huge surplus of items we didn't need. So, you know, we don't need all this crap. What about trying free healthcare in the state level to see if it does work? Well, I mean, like, yeah, in some cases, like right now, I mean, my healthcare, because of my current take home, my healthcare is affordable. So, you know, you could do that. It's like, you know, still make something, but not charge you an arm and a leg. Well, I mean, the deductible is kind of a pain in the ass, but maybe. With all the marches going on for BLM and various other social justice agendas, do I think people who are opposed to social justice should organize a protest voicing their opposition? You know what? I'd be down for that, man. I would be, if there was a national, like, if it was called like the National Rational event or something, right? Or whatever, like, you know, Rationality 2018, we can do it. I definitely try to go to that sort of thing where it's like, look, we need to put down the hyperbole. What we need to do is we need to drop party lines. That's a big part of the opposition, the division there is like the other side mentality, because it's an easy target to look at the other side and go, they're the problem. But it's not. It's never as black and white as people want it to be. It's always nuanced. And if we were able to kind of maybe argue that, it's one of the reasons why I look at Kilroy as being something that's ultimately for the sake of good, because Kilroy is talking about free speech without there being party lines. You know, and I'm hoping it goes well, and I'm hoping these kind of conversations can continue, not just here in the United States, but definitely in the UK and abroad. So let's organize a Don't Be a Dick rally. That'd be pretty good. We need more trained men and women in our military, though. That, and we need to repair our aircraft. We don't need more trained men and women in our military. We've got over 100,000 people in our military. I don't think we need 100,000 people in our military. You know, considering the fact that they don't guard the United States, they you know, they don't. They can't. They just can't. It's not legal. So I don't think we need more people. Yeah, don't come in calling yourselves anti-social justice 100%. Because here's the thing, social justice in essence is not a bad thing. It's social justice warriors that are cunts. Tribalism is a primary cause of a lot of the issues in societies. Absolutely. We need more drones. I would argue we need drones to patrol the border more than we need a wall. Washington said that making political parties would do nothing but divide the nation. That can be more true. Yep. If I don't know that quote from him personally, but yeah, I agree. Social justice whores. But social justice whores. But yeah, I mean, like if there was a rally for that sort of thing, and the thing is, we actually wanted to do that. We still kind of want to do that. A bunch of us here on YouTube, you know, like again, like the rationality, taking the objective approach. I mean, and like I said, like no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes and shit. But yeah, we need more marches. Not really, but they're there. But they're there nonetheless. They're definitely there nonetheless. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. This was fun. I'll probably end up doing this more often. I'll do this. I'll finish out this week. Definitely the 2 nights we'll do an hour just BSing and shit. So if you haven't already hit command sign Discord, come on into the Discord, hang out there, say hello. I might jump in for a few after I get my recording done, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.
Skip it a button, that up.